don't ever trip in the crease where I lay up. Cause I'm always tipped like a motherfucking pager. Nothing to this party gets a goddamn.
Wait, now you gotta send it to blood.
Think she came from Malaysia. Thick in the hip plus lips on Fantasia. One show how I do it, everything major. Welcome to the get.
This shit is hard.
It's so we just getting like you better get down. It's a shooter in the back, you better get down.
Oh shit, he said there's a shooter in the back, you better get down.
That shit hard.
Oh my God.
That shit fire.
Yo. Hey, introduce your friend's song, please. Let's get it.
All right, yo, that's The Experience. He's not really my friend. I saw him off of a friend. I don't know him personally. I'm not saying he's not my friend.
He's
I could probably know him. He could be my best friend. He could be my best friend, bro. But The Experience. And it's called The Get Down. Go get that. It's fire.
That song is
that
fire.
Hard. That shit was groovy.
I love funky music. I wish parties like they could play music like this and people would actually get down.
Nah, because this isn't having baby music. All the music is have a baby early music.
Baby get down.
Down in Florida, they got joints that play music like this. New Orleans, you guys be in the South.
Yeah, you just got to be in the right places, not this cold as. Pass the Aux, baby!
Let's go.
This is your host and your favorite multifaceted black girl, Alexandra Alexis. I'm here with Black Nasarima.
Black. I'm like, nigga.
Everything is black. Everything is black. Yo, if y'all think Brady's loud on the podcast, imagine us sitting here. Like, I think I'm gonna go deaf because of you in 10 years, bro.
I'm just happy to be here.
The one and only SOS Brady.
Yes.
SOS for president. SOS for president 2020. Some new Naga.
Naga.
He's
such an error.
Let's get it. Whoa.
I said Naga. He nagged a lot of people.
Yeah.
We got a couch niggas. We got Lucid in the biker jacket, looking like he about to go punch somebody after this. Always ready. Lucid.
Let's go.
We got the wait. We got many names for the one in the middle right here. We got the PT, at the last event. Where's the sexy PT guy from the first event? The artist, the entrepreneur, the beautiful Ronnie.
Let's go.
Nah, but all the ladies were dead like, where is the PT from the first event? And I'm literally like, what are you guys talking about? And they're just like, the PT one, the one that was asking all the questions. Facts. So Ronnie, you popular.
You made me look bad that day, bro. Made me look bad.
You make him look bad every day.
Authenticity at its finest.
We got the one and only Sue. Yes. And behind the camera, we got the infamous
Mr. Black Moon.
Mr. Blood Moon.
Blood Moon. I said Blood Moon. Mr. Blood Moon.
Light skin God.
Todd, let's get it.
And this is the 16th
episode. 16th episode of Pass The Aux.
16th episode of Pass The Aux,
Make
baby.
some noise.
You knew it right. You a real nigga, man.
Hey, yo, that's what the noise we got.
I never been until I seen you.
Yo, so before we start out the episode, we lost a really good one this week, guys. Not a really good one to say that the ones that we lose are we lost a great this past week, and it's like I won't even do a moment of silence because I already know he would even want a moment of silence. He would just want us to just a moment of laughter and smiling, just all the smiles he brought to people. Like 100%. That was dead my pops growing up, yo.
He was like my intern father.
He was like my crazy uncle, like
crazy uncle.
Yo, like rest in peace to John Witherspoon. You will be missed. Our condolences go out to his family, his close loved ones, everybody who was affected by this tragedy. But honestly, I just feel like the culture as a whole
it was a big hit. It was a big hit. It hurt.
So definitely. This leads up into what was your favorite John Witherspoon moment, whether it be a movie, whether it be a show, whatever, and we'll go like down the thing. So Alex, I'm gonna start with you. What was your favorite John Witherspoon moment?
I love the Wayne brothers, but like Boondocks, yo, he was the one who had me dying. Like, yo, that old grandpa, like he made that show. Without John, like I feel like the Boondocks wouldn't be as catastrophic.
And can we talk about how he's a legend? How he put that Gramps voice on for Chance's album.
Yeah, he was also part of
Chance's album. Yeah.
What about you, Black?
Oh, Boondocks.
Yeah.
He was the staple. That show was really, really important. And like they were talking about making a new season. I just wonder what they're gonna do without him. Without John.
I know you can't.
What about you, Brady?
Definitely, I'm tied between the Boondocks and the Wayne brothers. The Wayne brothers was fire.
Bang.
There's this one scene where he's talking about like one of them wasn't trying to go someplace, so he's saying his mom died. And Marlon is an idiot. He's like, Mom died, really? Da-da-da-da. And then John Witherspoon was talking about like, oh yeah, I killed her, but he was talking about something else. He was talking about killing a rat, but it made it seem like he killed her. I don't know, it was mad funny. But yeah, definitely Wayne's brothers and the Boondocks. Like you're definitely my childhood, and you will be missed, yo.
Yes,
One up for my son.
Yes, sir.
One up for
Phil,
my
who
son.
you got?
Oh yeah, kombucha.
After having the actual Boondocks DVDs, like you said, it's between the Boondocks and the Wayans brothers because he was a part of people's everyday lives. He was the dad you would go watch every day, and he just seemed that old all the time.
No, for real.
Yeah, that's a fact.
He's just been 70.
His
Yo, he
spirit.
looked the same for 10
For
years.
mad long, yeah.
He looked the exact same.
Ronnie, who you giving this to?
Alright, first and foremost, I gotta say, in the goddamn refrigerator. Nigga, looking at him like, he like, I like pig feet. And then the nigga's like, catch your dog. I choke him. I'm like, yo, my nigga's going ham. Like, he's like, yo, he really enjoys his job. I'm like,
he's a great.
But Ronnie, you forgetting the best scene in the movie. You know what I'm saying? A real man fights with these.
I knew you said that. Everyone knows that. That's why I said what I said.
Nah, I hear you.
Like,
I feel that.
Yeah, nigga, we know the message. That nigga beat Debo ass. And
Yes,
Debo was the neighborhood bully. Like,
yes, sir.
yeah, my nigga.
Yes,
you gotta
sir.
step up to your challenge and you knock them the fuck out.
Yes, sir.
That's feel any type of way about being triumphant.
Yes,
Wow.
sir. Yes, sir.
Yes.
So, who you got?
That's a love.
I gotta say, definitely Boondocks all the way. But at the same time, I really loved his stand up. Like his stand up comedy was really good.
I never saw his stand up.
I never saw stand up.
He was like granddad. Like it was like
Everything he said,
he's just up there like, yeah, boy. You know,
That's a throwback.
Todd, you got anybody? You got anything? Wayne Brothers? Anything?
Just growing up watching
dominated that, yeah.
That shit was dope.
holds a part in your heart, bro.
Yes, sir.
Oh, yeah.
Rest in peace, King.
To all the kids out there, go get a job. Get off the TV. Go get a damn job.
Go get a damn job.
And if you are gonna watch
real.
TV, watch stuff that is meaningful. Like go back to that stuff. Cause honestly, look at this one's face. What you about to say?
Look, I know mad people who watch trash ass TV. I'm still pulling up to Black Ink. I'm still watching Love and Hip Hop. I'm still watching Jersey Reunion. I'm still watching.
Yo, I can't believe they're back.
Nigga through the
The Jersey Shore. That's
Yo,
actually
bro,
crazy.
you can't send them to jail. You can't blow them up. You can't separate them. You can't give them enough domestic abuse charges. You can't give them nothing to separate them, bro. They are on fire.
So,
forever.
Speaking of TV shows, Rhythm and Flow. Yo, I've been like, I only saw the first episode, and honestly, I could already tell from the first episode that this was actually a really good kind of hip hop, like with that type of dynamic. Because I feel like those type of shows always fail, like an American Idol, like. Who really prospered,
American
except
Idol,
for like Kelly Clarkson and
but
like
those
Fantasia.
were the early ones when that was the point.
Exactly.
You know what I
But
mean?
I feel like people's careers don't really go that far when they come from like competition shows. But Rhythm and Flow, I like the whole setup of it. I like the whole hip hop. Like I just loved how it was, and I do feel like so. Let's pass this on to Ronnie because I know Ronnie is a diehard Rhythm and Flow
Ronnie,
fan.
before you even get into Rhythm and Flow, the people who don't know what you do, just give people a brief like who you are, like you know what I'm saying, for it, and then answer the Rhythm and Flow. You feel me?
My name's Rhonda Peterson. I'm gonna throw my government out there. Niggas be afraid to do that. 1, 2, Young Deece the Great, Ron Decimo the Great, whatever you want to call me, Ronnie, whatever. It's up to you. When you see me, that's your image of what you see me as. But nah, man, I'm versatile. You know what I mean? Like I've went through the phases of going to school, getting an education. You know what I mean? Graduating, getting a job, working a career job, being that guy, the ideal man, having a family, raising a family, helping niggas learn. Bro, I done been through life the same way you have. But I've come to the point where it's time to elevate. You know what I mean? Really elevate and really go past this fate that people have conditioned you to be in. You know what I mean? So that's why I'm here. I see y'all Pass The Aux. I see the power that y'all pretty much manifesting and building on. So it's like, let's uplift this platform. Let's keep elevating. You know what I mean? Do it for yourself too. Inspiration. Feel me? But yeah, I do music. I got a lot of things working. I don't even want to say a lot of things.
We got you.
Another guy that's doing music.
Yeah. That's dope.
Yo, I love when Ronnie speaks, bro.
Yo,
Every time he talks, I'm just like,
for Ronnie, bro.
So back to Rhythm and Flow.
Even Todd in the back shaking his head like, and Todd is a harsh critic, so you got it.
Todd would tell his mother she's not good enough. you need to be better.
His mom would be
we expect more from you.
His mom would be on PassTheAux as she walks out the door. Guys, we're not putting that.
We're not doing that.
But yeah, Rhythm and Flow, Ronnie.
Alright, for me to give praise to Rhythm and Flow simply because not only is it a platform that allows artists who may be questioning like, can I do music? Should I do music? You know, they're indecisive, but it's a platform for you to put yourself out there. Not only that, you get to win $250,000 if you make it to the end, but they don't even tell you what you got to go through to make it to that $250,000, which is why a lot of viewers who aren't really religiously watching that shit, they'll never know. So it's always going to be a question in the back of their mind, like, should I tune into that shit? And that's what they're going to be left on, and that's for the rest of their life, if they decide to tune in. But if you decide to tune in and actually really watch that shit for what it is, niggas is like, oh, they got Cardi being a host. What does she know about music? She blew off of social media. My nigga, she knows what it takes to be relatable and likable. Cardi B is one of the realest niggas in the game, my nigga.
Say
she signed a contract for a reason, but she did it for her own reasons.
All right, so I
can't judge nobody for that.
I have a question though.
Yeah,
say that.
Like what you're saying is that it's a great show, and at the end of the day, I'm not ready to refute that because I haven't seen it. But my question is hip hop ready to embrace an artist who won a game show?
Bro,
at the end of the day, wait, let me just expound. At the end of who won a game show? You had your thing, and I know everyone on that game show already had the buzz of their own. Like they were already doing that stuff on their own. But is hip hop ready to take someone as, okay, you're here, you're ready, and it's because you won a game show?
I think so. I think it's 2019, bro. Anything is possible. Like anything. Right. I think whatever people think is normal is not normal. Like, and
even piggybacking off of like what Ronnie said, I saw the first episode, so I like, and I want to continue. I just haven't had the time to continue. Thanks. And what I liked about it was the fact that like everybody has a story, and in 2019 more than ever, people that blow up, i.e. Cardi B, are are artists that people could connect to. I could see myself in you, you know? And that's why Cardi truly blew up, because on social media, she was very like relatable. She connected to her people. And then when she got on Love and Hip Hop, she connected to people in a catastrophic way. Not because she was a stripper from the Bronx, but because she was so real, so authentic, and she put herself out there on her platform. And then while watching that show, like they did highlight a lot of these people's stories. And like even D Smoke, like he's the winner, and it's so funny that he won, because the first time I seen
the Rhythm and Flow.
Spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert. Everybody knows. Can't let the spoiler alert after she said it.
Yo, your answer pretty much is my answer for my nigga Brady. Like, Brady was like, is the hip hop community ready to accept an artist that won that? Bro, are you kidding me? You gotta watch the show.
Yeah,
and that is me kind of like low-key sunning you, but it's like, bro, watch the show. Be open-minded.
No, but for real,
I'm mad open-minded. I'm mad open-minded, but at the I don't know. Me personally, can I tell you how I feel personally?
Absolutely.
I just feel like it's not enough.
Why do you feel that way?
It's a stepping stone.
What's not enough?
Okay,
it's like I don't know how to explain it.
All right, let me interject. Let me interject.
Yo, please.
He didn't really put in as much work as somebody else.
I'm not saying, and I'm not even saying that he
didn't. It's different than somebody
else.
That doesn't.
That's
not. Hold on. Niggas, pause. So let me interject right here. So if it's a stepping stone, right? This leads into a perfect segue. Would y'all do it? Would you guys be on this?
Would you do it?
Nah, no.
I'll be the first person to say I would do it. One, because
I'm gonna tell you.
Y'all say humble yourselves. Y'all say like look at the grades. My nigga, the winner was 33 years old. 33. For all my teenagers out there that's thinking, can I do this? My mom's saying stay in school. 33. He's a Spanish teacher. The nigga's versatile. He can rap in Spanish, make it relatable. The runner-up was 31, who been putting in pain. I went back and did my research on Flawless. That nigga put in pain, bro. I'm looking at the shit he talking about. I'm like, bro, you know niggas will kill you for the shit you talking about? That's why I respect these niggas.
And why do we do that? Why do we equate success with the pain and suffering that someone went through to get to the success?
Like, that's what makes it a success story.
Okay, but at the same time, pain doesn't have to be a part of success.
I think it does. I think every successful story
have to be though.
Look at Will Smith's kids, man.
Exactly. It doesn't have to be a part of your success story.
What I'm gonna say is,
but who says they haven't had pain of their own?
I'm gonna say that. Hold on. I'm gonna say that I personally would not go on that show because personally, that's not my version of success. Everyone's success is individually catered to them, and that's just not my version of success. My version of success isn't being judged by people who I consider my contemporaries. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just me personally. That's just how I personally feel. Phil, what about you? Would you join that? Would you do it?
Before the show came out, I did see this on Chance's Instagram, and I was curious about it. I was in the process of actually entering, but I didn't have any videos out. I didn't have enough content to put out there. Okay. So I feel like I would do something like that as a way to get out of a comfort zone that I'm in. You know, you expose yourself to being judged by people you consider your contemporaries. But it's up to you to take that step to make them your contemporaries.
No, that's a fact. That's a fact. But
I hear you. I hear what you're saying, and I've been swayed a little bit. Like I see what y'all saying. My whole thing is just like, it makes it. I don't know. Like I hear what you're saying about the pain and like whatever and the road. But it makes it think like, when I think about the greats right now, they all were in situations. Their turning point was their make or break moment. Like whether that like in life, like as opposed to someone's make or break moment on a TV show.
So you feel like this is being given to them instead of not given to them, but they have that opportunity that a lot of artists did.
To an extent, but the thing is also they had to be chosen. Like there are probably so many people who applied and they were the best. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not even gonna take anything away from them, but I just think in the narrative of hip hop, I think this is a curveball, and I think that we have to acknowledge that, and I think it has to be said. But I don't necessarily see what's wrong with it, but I wouldn't do it.
I think hip hop, and please don't come at me because I'm not talking about labels. I'm talking about hip hop. I think hip hop accepts a real nigga, a real story, a real person. Like I feel like they'll accept anybody who just embodies hip hop.
Yeah. What about Tekashi?
You can cut that short.
What about Tekashi?
They'll accept anybody.
What about Tekashi? They accepted him.
That's what I'm saying. They'll accept anybody.
Nah, but hip hop, it's not even more so hip hop. It was more so late. I mean, it was just a star power. It was the power, the star power.
If you're a real nigga, a nigga gotta back you up.
That's so true. People love real people.
He was backed by real niggas who then turned on him because it's like, nigga, that's being a real nigga. Nigga, I use you as a puppet. You knew the game before you signed with me, nigga. Yeah. You knew what you was doing. Fuck out of here, nigga.
And not even to say this just to be like, oh yeah, I knew. But like, yo, after I watched the first episode, I literally said to Trey, I was like, yo, this kid D Smoke, he has something special about him. Like he came out, and I remember because Cardi B clowned his outfit. She was like, you look like a janitor. And then he like did it, like he did his set, and I was like, yo, there's something really special about this kid. So when I found out he won, I was just like, yo, that's crazy. I have to watch this show.
Said
like,
he looked like a janitor?
He did though. He did good. He did good.
A janitor?
It's not disrespect if it's the truth.
I'm gonna keep it
on to the next one.
I thought Flawless was gonna win the whole shit.
Really?
It was either between Flawless, London B, and D Smoke, of course. But D Smoke is a real nigga, so
there was no females up there that you thought were gonna win?
I think all real niggas know that. You can't deny real niggas.
Yeah, were there any like real females? Like I don't know the contestants. What? Like I don't know them.
That's what I'm saying. It comes back to watching the film. Like me discussing this with y'all. Like yo, like my nigga, I watch this shit like over 3 times. Episode.
All right, PassTheAux.
I don't know, PassTheAux.
Jesus is King.
I thought we talked about this, man.
Jesus is King?
Oh, nah, Jesus is King.
The podcast just started, nigga.
I was like, we talking about what?
Talking about Kanye already? I'm sick of this nigga.
Talking about Kanye already.
So, what's up, Alex? What's up with Jesus?
So, how'd y'all feel about Kanye's album, guys?
Black, what's up? You take this one.
I didn't hear it.
It's a great album. I don't like it at all.
Why not?
Look at Todd in the back. Todd's like,
no. It's a great album.
Why? Explain why you didn't like it.
I don't like the way he was using some of his words. There was a line about him using the scripture to explain why he has $500 shoes. Like, I get it, you found God, but that doesn't absolve you from like all the ridiculous things you've been doing. But at the same time, it's a great album. I'm not gonna listen to it again.
My whole thing is he doing anything differently than a lot of people have, in which it's taking the scripture and putting it to a way that it best reflects them and what they're doing.
Like, I love the way Chance does it.
Like, is that the first time you've done
Chance
that?
does that, and he does it beautifully.
I feel like Kanye gets a lot of flack for doing things people already did. And I think it's because it's like
he gets, wait, say that again, he gets what?
He gets a lot of flack for doing things that a lot of people do.
Ooh,
like, when it comes to being like,
when
it comes to contradicting himself, when it comes to, there are many who contradict himself, whatever. The reason why I respect Kanye, like what he did with Jesus Is King, is the simple fact that he took the scripture, he took that and made it apply to his life, which is what every Christian I know does. Everyone takes the scripture differently. You know what I'm saying? There's no uniform way to read the Bible. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like because he took it left, at the end of the day, that's his interpretation. And it's hard to refute that. You know what I mean? Because it's hard to refute the Bible in general. Like, you could talk about what's set in stone, but in the Bible, there's a lot of innuendos. There's a lot of open-ended things that leaves you up to your own interpretation.
Why do you disagree, Alex?
You know?
I just feel like Kanye, like that direct line that Brady just said, Kanye gets flack for
doing things people already did. Like,
and I think Kanye thinks that he does everything first that people already done. Like, so that's like just like Kanye always thinks he's that's was my problem with this album. The fact that he's literally being a narcissist while trying to spread the word of God. Why does I get it, Kanye, what you're doing, like, I'm not gonna say I'm a judge of anybody, because at the end of the day, people do change, people do. Who am I to say that Kanye hasn't found God? He hasn't found religion, anything like that. But my biggest thing is just, it's hard for me to listen to that album and truly feel what he's trying to convey and feel the words the way that like I would have felt it had I been listening to a different gospel album, because Kanye's a narcissist. And like, not because of his antics and everything he's been doing, but it's just weird to me that like you say certain things, but then you try to say that you live this way, or you're being a narcissist. Like, in one of his songs, he literally was just like, "Oh, I'm the one who's bringing I'm bringing God to rap and all this stuff," and I'm just like,
I mean, bro, he said, "But if I talk about God, my record won't get played," huh?
Said that a while back.
Like a while back. Like, that's the thing. I don't think
been doing this.
But I think
he's
been on the same energy. That's what I think. I don't think he did anything outside of himself on this like album.
He did.
Granted, I haven't heard it. But he's been talking about God and been talking about whatever.
You liked it?
Yeah, I like that shit.
You liked it?
Yeah.
Why'd you like it?
I thought he did, like, he made a gospel album. That shit was gospel. Like, I think how we perceive Kanye, kind of, that's what makes it weird, is because how we know him. But if we didn't know him and we heard that, we'd probably be a little interested.
But we can't say that. But we can't say that because it's Kanye West.
However, if this is him turning over a new leaf, it's what happens after now. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like, it's not his past no more. It's what he does now.
Facts.
That's gonna reflect whether what he's saying is true. Because I think I respect him for saying on there, like, certain shit, like, I've been doing the devil's work for years.
Yeah, I respect that shit too.
You know, like, little shit like that. Like, he's actually saying, like, yo, I have not been this. But now
he's not even a new person to say that either.
But at the end of the day,
he's not a new person to say that either.
No one's saying he's a new person, but at the end of the day, that goes into the authenticity factor of every good Christian is supposed to repent. You're supposed to lay your sins out there and let them know. No person is free of sin. No individual.
So you think Kanye's repenting?
But at the end of the day, I'm not saying I think he repents on his own time based off the interview he gave with Big Boy. Kinda. But I think, like, at the end of the day, he's saying ideas of a Christian. Like, he's not saying he's perfect. No Christian is free of sin. He's had his road to get to where he is now. It's not easy. It's not like there was a definite right answer all the time. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like it's hard for me in my seat as someone who's never had to deal with something on a massive scale to judge him and judge the steps that he's taken. Because at the end of the day, I don't know how I would react in those shoes. It's really easy to say what you would have, could have, should have, if you're not in it 100% of the time. And I think if you make a gospel album and it's a gospel album, then it's a gospel album.
All right, so
hey, keep pushing.
Yeah,
he lost the connection.
Gospel album, like you can't judge it like a regular album. Like he's not supposed to come with no bars. Like, you know what I mean? Like it's gospel.
And that's
but
what
it's
that's
still
what
rap.
Peter.
It's still a rap album though.
One at a time. One at a time.
That felt,
you know, I think it's more. It might not be as authentic to everybody in this room based on his track record, but to him personally, it might be something that he needed to do.
That's
himself.
what I'm saying.
You know what I'm saying? So it might not resonate with you guys because
Facts.
I thought it was dope.
Me personally, I didn't really enjoy it.
Trey, you didn't listen to the whole album.
I listened to the album twice.
I
thought it was
don't
dope.
think it's gonna resonate so much with everybody because they think it's fake, just because of all the recent things.
He lost the connection. I feel like he lost it.
But to him, it's probably the realest thing he's ever done. And it's for himself. So it might heal himself just based on all the stuff, the mental issues and all the stuff that he's been going through. So it might be something beneficial to himself. It might be real. To us, we perceive it as like he's just doing this to...
And even on his promo run, I feel like his promo run, like back to what Soon was saying, like what does he do now? I feel like his promo run for this album could have been the time where he showed us who he what he was going to do with now. And in his promo run with all his different interviews, and mind you, I didn't watch the Big Boy one, which I heard was amazing, but from all the other ones I've seen, he's doing the same shit. He's still being a narcissist. He's still making it seem like he's the first to ever do this, and he's the only one who's ever gonna do this. He's still doing what Kanye does.
But I mean, he is though. Like, think about how big.
In what aspect?
But think about he's on the top of his game right now. You know, he even said it himself. But think about,
is he the first to do what? To talk
about God in an album?
No, he's not the first to talk about God, but he's the first to do Kanye West. Think about his brand. Well, let me tell you. Let me expound on that.
Okay.
Think about his brand, about Yeezy. He was even talking about like how he's a creator, he's an artist, and he puts an art hat on so many different avenues. You're talking about musically, you're one of the best. You're talking about artistry, you're one of the best. You're talking about fashion right now, his brand is the most searched brand. Most searched. You're one of the best.
I don't know if he's
that is one of how many Yeezy undeniably. So how many people are actually doing that? Jay-Z didn't have clothes that sold like that. Jay-Z's brand didn't sell like that.
You also have to see the times. Like, I see what you're saying, but look at the times. This is a clout chasing era.
But it's been
white boys buy these sneakers just because it says
it's
Kanye.
Not just white boys.
I'm not saying it's just. Oh my God! Can I please finish what I'm saying before you guys start attacking me? All I'm saying is that you guys can't equate the best with what is marketing the best. Just because something I disagree. No, but it's the truth, because in the same way you guys would say Cardi B's not the best, but she charts at the best, but you would say she's not the best in something. I wouldn't say she's not the best. So you guys can't say that he's the best in fashion just because his clothes is selling OD. That makes no sense.
That actually is the exact way you equate success. How else would you equate that?
That's like having the best numbers at NBA.
And you're not the best player.
Okay, so let's go back to Cardi B. Why is it that people say Cardi...
She's the best female artist out, period.
Trey, you think that?
Period.
Exactly. Why don't you think that?
Because personally, I don't fuck with her.
Okay, so maybe it'll just be for me. Personally, I don't think he's the biggest in fashion.
Not that I don't fuck with her, I just don't fuck with her brand.
But the thing is, if you put up a sheet of Cardi B, if you put up a sheet of Cardi B's hits, it's undeniable. You can't refute it.
That's a fact.
You can't argue against it.
Okay.
That's what I'm talking about. At the end of the day, numbers don't lie. Kanye West's numbers in every avenue don't lie. In music, fashion, whatever.
Let's pass the aux. It's a good topic though. Let's pass the aux though.
Good topic. Ugly ass nigga. We got beef now. Now we got beef, nigga. I'm talking about you, nigga. I'm talking about you.
Okay. Thank you. You guys are annoying. It's just I just get annoyed just because it's just like every time we talk about Kanye, I feel like you guys just go with like, can we be real? Like, can we be real?
I don't have to agree.
Let me
What's up,
can we be real?
Hold on,
can we stop with the numbers and the bullshit? Like, can we be
Alex,
real?
hold on. Phil, what's up? Phil, what you got to say?
If Jesus Walks was on this album, would that change your opinion? If a track like Jesus Walks was on your opinion,
he did since that, in my opinion.
Whoa, hold up.
Yo,
if a track like Jesus
was like, yo, I was a straight Kanye fan when that shit came out. That shit was hard. That shit was real. Like, you seen it come out. After that, like, I felt like that was him selling his soul. It's like after he made that, he just did mad fuck shit after that.
Whoa.
Like if you really look at it, it's like before that, it wasn't like that.
Yo,
he was cool.
My
he became a clown.
So we passing off right back around. Black.
He's still a clown, bro. He's still a clown.
Black.
I don't think Jesus Walks was like his best thing. Like I feel like My Beautiful Dark Fantasy is like one of the top 10 albums this decade. Like,
but when you think about
production wise,
you think about content. What he's saying? No, what he's saying. He's talking about. He was saying in Dark Twisted Fantasy. I felt like he was painting a picture very vividly, and he was painting a picture about the darkness and twisted and messed up about his mind.
I agree.
But I think like as far as like the spirit shit, like I don't remember what I was talking about. But like I know what you're talking about. Dark Twisted Fantasy was great, but I felt like he was more depicting the dark picture in his mind as opposed to Jesus Walks. Was a message coming from like the dirt. It felt grungy. Yeah. Like you listen to it, the way he's talking, you like you got the Aid ass face. The devil trying to take me down.
Jesus, I agree with Sue because he don't even rap like that anymore. He don't even
to the hustlers.
All right, y'all feel that way. How would y'all feel if I told you he didn't write Jesus Walks?
He didn't. I know he didn't write it. I know he didn't write Jesus Walks. I knew he didn't.
So how can you say he don't rap like that? No, he didn't even write.
Kanye was never like. Do you guys even think that Kanye was ever a lyricist though?
It's like I consider
enough of Kanye though. Pass the Aux. I'm over Kanye then. Pass the Aux. What's up? What's the next?
Y'all niggas is not real. NCAA. I know you guys are happy about this.
Happy about what?
Everyone should be happy about
everybody,
this.
But I know you guys in particular because you guys love sports.
A lot of people aren't happy about this.
Why?
Like Tim Tebow. You remember Tim Tebow? How he was whacked.
Explain what it is.
So yeah, the NCAA, they're finally starting to pay all college athletes for their likeness. Everything. Finally. So this has been a big thing because even when I was like a freshman, I went to Iona, and Iona's like D1 in a lot of sports. Like that was a topic that was being spoken about 5-6 years ago. I mean, I know it's probably been talked about for forever. Yeah.
But you have to pay for the likeness for them to be in the video game, so they cut it.
Oh shit! Yeah.
That's been an NC
number 15. He ain't got a name.
What? I never knew that was the reason why.
It just says the number.
Yo, I just find it astonishing that you could be like playing ball, like dedicate your whole life or football or whatever, and not get paid for it, while all them niggas benefit from you,
especially the
being the ball player.
Can I tell you the counter? But can I tell you the counterpart to it? Even though I don't agree, I had this conversation at my job, and the thing is saying that your freedom is a free education that comes to not many. And at the end of the day, I take that, and at the end of the day, if I had a free education, I'm like $100,000 in debt. If I had a free education, that changes my life.
That's true.
That changes my life.
But you know how much they had to do.
And like at the end of the day, I'm not saying that I disagree because I agree with they should get paid. You're making money off of their name. You're making money off of their effort. You're making money off of the thing. And the whole deal is that they're getting a piece of the money they're making off of you, which only makes sense.
Ronnie, what you think?
But to the counter of it is that people like you're getting, and it's not just a free education. Because a lot of things what coaches do on the side that isn't so very publicized is they'll give them a little money. They'll give them a little something. They'll give them a little this. Like, and they shouldn't have to. Facts.
What's your perspective?
I agree though. I agree.
So, I'm going to backtrack to my nigga Zion Williamson. That nigga's that nigga in the NBA. But he been that nigga since high school, since he was wilding. And, like, him going to Duke, bro, like, we knew Zion was going to be that nigga before. He didn't have to go to college for us to know he'd be that nigga.
You can't say that.
Wait, first of all, granted, he's injured right now, and we still think he's that nigga. New Orleans is like 1-5 right now.
But you can't say that. You can't say that because what they didn't do.
Let him talk. Let him talk.
First of all, in Duke, niggas was charging like what I heard. Niggas was charging like $2 per ticket to see. Yeah, like bro, to go and see a college game, bro. You mean to tell me 100 niggas paying 2 bands?
And he's not getting any of that?
That's what? 2 bands times 100 is 200,000, bro. More than the tuition that you're paying to be at the school. Bro, so, with that being said, niggas is making their bread off you, bro. Point blank period.
Well, he's not paying tuition. He's got a full ride.
Of course he wasn't, but what is a full ride at, what, Duke? I know it's not over 200 bands in 1 year. He was there for 1 year, and now he's on New Orleans. So how much them way more bread than what they would have made off of him?
Nah, 100%, and I'm not disagreeing.
So how much money did they make off of this nigga?
College sports is a multi-billion.
No, I'm just speaking out loud because I'm thinking about it. Like, how much money do they make? Like, off of these players?
But look,
what's up?
But that's exactly.
Kyrie Irving got drafted at number 1. He was the number 1 draft pick after being injured in Duke. Nigga was injured throughout his college career, still went number 1 by Cleveland. And he's an NBA champion, and he in Brooklyn dropping 50.
But what's your point, though? What's the point, though?
Beaters on niggas. He's still Kyrie.
But what's the point? Like, you don't need college? Is that what you're saying?
I'm not saying you don't need college, but I'm saying I appreciate the fact that college is acknowledging players enough to pay them.
Nah, facts.
LeBron James said fuck college, and he's still LeBron James, bro. He's with Anthony Davis wilding. Nigga went coast to coast bullying niggas, dunking on niggas.
Oh, LeBron didn't go to college for basketball? He went straight to the league.
And LeBron is still LeBron.
He was up for a championship.
Regardless if he went to college or not. That's all I'm saying.
If everybody that's playing the sport is getting $0 and Nick Saban,
it's crazy.
Nick Saban makes $7.5 million.
Who's Nick Saban?
Oh yeah, Nick Saban, the coach of Alabama football.
$7.5 million.
Fucking
a year.
At a college football.
And these niggas ain't getting paid. And these niggas ain't getting paid. That don't make sense.
But that's the thing. Like niggas are saying, oh, we're giving you free tuition. Like, it should not be one or the other. It got to be both. Like, give me tuition and you got to pay me.
That's a fact.
If you take football into account, football is not just I get a free education.
It's more than that.
You also lose your body.
You lose your body and you lose your time.
Same thing with basketball, though.
True.
Same with football, basketball, all the above. Yeah.
I'm saying in general though. Football itself, like you see all the cases with CT and everything, you putting your life on the line, and they're benefiting off of it.
100%.
Yo,
and I feel like,
not a lot of. Okay, so this is gonna be against everything you guys are talking about. But like me listening to this, like I was an athlete in college and in high school, but it's like. Me listening to this, why do they put so much money? And I come from a high school where the only thing they gave a fuck about was sports. So why do I get it? Athletes, sports, it's great, it's entertainment. But damn, my niggas, you guys are putting what about these kids that work their ass offs and get 2,400s on their SATs? What about these artists, these musicians?
They get 4
not all the time though. Not all the time. And it's just like, like what about these artists and musicians who are going to practice and they don't get shit, but then athletes get all this shit?
Because the person who's gonna get 2,400 on the SAT is gonna go to college. And debt is $1 trillion industry. College sports is a multi-billion-dollar industry.
It's all fucked. This country is fucked, yo. This country is so fucked. This country is so fucked.
Now is every single person on that team does not have a scholarship. There's a lot of people.
True. Trust me, I get it. Trust me, I get it.
It's hand in hand. Those certain kids get scholarships, but they can't give it to everybody. Same thing with sports. There's a lot of kids on the team that a handful get scholarships, but at the
end of the day, a college athlete's schedule is by far one of the hardest.
It is.
It's the hardest, especially when you're on a D1 level. You got practice in the morning, 6 a.m., 5 a.m., practice. Okay, you go to class all day. Then you come back, evening practice. Then you
Brady,
have
you know what schedule to triumph all that?
What?
A single mother who's in college.
But no one. But at the end of the day, wait, real quick soon. Sorry, real quick soon. The only reason I want to combat that is because at the end of the day, the single mother is in a circumstance that she picked that only affects herself. It's not like someone's making money off the fact that she's a mother. If someone's making money off the fact she was a mother, then there's by all means she should make the money. Okay. But if someone's getting money off of who you are as a person and what you're trying to do and the fact that you're trying to excel, you should get a piece of that. Period.
It's not more so they should get.
Paying someone to be a mom.
It's not more so they should get more, but it's just like priorities, my guy. Like colleges, America, everything should make priorities. Like it's not fair that athletes in general, coming from high school, because I witnessed this shit with my own eyes, that athletes, because they play a sport and they're talented in this specific thing, that they're put on these pedestals from the time they are in fucking AAU to the time that they graduate from college. We put these niggas like they're gods.
We do the same thing with musicians, though. You can't just
we do,
you can't
but
just
not
put it at athletes.
But we don't do that in the arts, in education, though. It's in schools. We do not do that. We do not do that.
Go to those schools. You cannot get into a school and play college football.
Like there's a thing called Last Chance U. It doesn't matter. You could be there are some people who are the top recruits in the country, and they're going to a small school because they don't have the grades. It's more than just being good at throwing a football, and that's what people understand.
I know that.
Is that there's a whole thing to it. Your time. You have to be a master of yourself and who you are to be a college, especially a D1 athlete. And that's
not at my high school.
A lot of athletes,
bro.
I'm not talking about high school.
But high school students. But high school transitioning into college,
and nobody made it D1 unless they were ready. You
still need the grades.
You need the grades. You need the whole enchilada.
Let's wrap it up. PassTheAux.
And I've seen what teachers have done for athletes in high school to attain those grades. I've seen this shit with my own eyes. Like, we just need to prioritize better America. Stop putting everything into one basket. It's not fair to other people. But I'm still very happy.
Play sport and stop complaining.
Nigga, like what kind of fuck? Like how you gonna say that to somebody? Like, but whatever. Shout out to the NCAA because college students should be getting paid because colleges are dead. Profiting off of them. The next topic was supposed to be for freaking Brady, but he just left. So what's going on with DaBaby, guys?
He's on fire.
Ain't nothing really to go on.
He's on fire. Like this nigga is hot. DaBaby's one of the hot. Everyone got they run. I believe that every artist, whether you are multi-platinum, whether you are recording in your man's basement, if you stick long enough to that craft, every artist got to run.
It's funny you guys say that because I remember a couple months ago I was saying I really feel like DaBaby is gonna have a longevity in this game, and a lot of you disagreed with me. A lot of you were like, I do not see DaBaby lasting in the game.
I can't remember my stance.
I agree.
Yeah, a lot of you guys. I think all of y'all was against me when I said that point.
I think he'll more so last longer because he's an entertainer first.
Facts.
Like, he has good music. Don't get me wrong, but I think he's an
his
entertainer.
antics. Yeah,
exactly.
yeah.
Like,
the people love his antics.
So
that's true.
That's something that'll help him have a nice long track record.
Yes, sir.
You know what's funny? I was scrolling through his Instagram by chance this morning, and he does a lot of interaction with fans.
A lot.
And that, I feel like that's what's gonna carry him. Not carry him because he is extremely talented.
Cardi B.
But he interacts with his fans on a level where he'll just have them at a video shoot. He'll shoot an actual video with just fans. He'll be in a store. He gave this woman bands because she was sleeping in her car. And he didn't do it for promo. Someone just happened to be recording. He just gave... You know, I feel like he's a good dude.
So you feel like that's what's carrying him aside from what
I feel like that's what carries a lot of artists.
To me, what's carrying him aside from his
So
talent.
it's funny that you say that because that actually leads into the next thing that we got, where it's just like, why do people associate the Illuminati with artists on the rise? Because they're bored. Because what you're saying is that you feel like it's just human interaction that's getting him right there. He's touching the people. So why do we say, oh, when someone's popping, especially someone of black culture, when they're popping, why the fuck is this nigga Illuminati now? You know what I'm saying?
Because the Illuminati's the winning team.
Literally, that's why, nigga.
Illuminati's the winning team.
I think a lot of black people feel like black people can't succeed on their own without being in the
tying their soul, selling their soul to the devil. Yeah.
Ronnie, what's your point?
It's crazy.
I see your face. What's
Me
up?
personally, I feel like DaBaby's on fire simply because he stands in his own light. He knows who he is, and we all appreciate
real
and
nigga.
love someone who's real enough to appreciate themselves. Like, why you think Cardi B got on fire? She was on fire.
Literally real as hell.
So it's like, when I see DaBaby, I see him as another swaggy nigga who could rap, and that nigga just that nigga. So let him be that nigga.
Bro.
Let him be that nigga on all his platforms. Every platform that we look as, whoa, he's compared to Michael Jackson. Yeah, I'm the first nigga who said DaBaby and Michael Jackson in the same sentence. Probably. Niggas is like, you bugging. But that nigga knows himself to the point where it's like, yeah, nigga, why can't I be Michael Jackson? Fuck. What, you gonna tell me I'm not him?
That's right.
Nigga, you can't deny my own self-belief in myself. Like, nigga, I respect that.
I hear that.
And that's inspiring.
I agree.
Feel me? Like,
I think
let my nigga rock. Like,
A lot of the times I be comparing stars.
thing,
It's
like-
not even because they're like music is similar to that star or their numbers are as big as that star. I just compare it to like who they are, like their swag, their authenticity. Like when I say Tiana Taylor's like our modern day Janet Jackson, it's because of the way she moves, it's because of the way she is, her swag, her presence. Like, so I agree with that. I do agree that authenticity, like people with cult followings are people that are very interactive with their crowd. You could look at that with Travis Scott, with Cardi B, with Drake. Like these are people that are very much in it with their fans. Like I feel like that's the only way you could really succeed.
Basically what I'm getting from this topic is Illuminati's not real. It's all about the interaction.
Nah,
with
Illuminati's
fans.
real.
Oh, it's real.
I don't think Illuminati.
Oh, so it's real.
I think the problem.
I never denied that.
I don't think
Illuminati's real.
I think the Illuminati.
denied
I don't
that.
think the Illuminati's real, but I think what it represents is real.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I don't
It's
think the
probably not
Illuminati
a
is a
secret.
real club.
It might not be a real thing. Like
But what
I
it
think the
represents,
word
what it
Illuminati
is,
has been used way too much.
Exactly, but what it is real. And
There's
I
a secret
think
society.
that they use Illuminati to distract from what the real thing is.
Yeah.
I think that's what it is.
Yep.
And they want us to be enslaved in the mindset, I think, and the only way you can get there is through the Illuminati. It's through things like this. It's through these
This nigga opened my third eye, then opened my third eye. Like, what the fuck, nigga?
Nah, it's true. Like, it's
Niggas
true.
put that Illuminati.
But how about we even take away the fact that like let's take the sentence of, oh, why do we equate black artistic success to that? But don't you feel like in America, in order for an artist to be at a certain level, they're gonna have to have that meeting with the secret society of the white men that founded this country,
I feel like
that
always
run this
gonna be
country?
The secret society,
multiple secret societies.
You always
There's founding fathers of, like, we cannot deny the fact that there are gatekeepers to this country. Like, we cannot refute that. And I feel like when you get to a certain caliber, and especially with music, because we all know that they use music and entertainment as one of the biggest distractions of what the fuck is really going on. So I feel like in the entertainment industry, to get to a certain level, I truly do feel like you are getting certain phone calls. You are being invited to certain things to do certain things.
I have a question though. Like that whole idea of using music as a distraction from what's going on. Do they have to be synonymous? Like, does one have to affect the other? Why can't entertainment? The whole point of entertainment, I feel like, is to distract. Like, I feel like that is the definition of entertainment. The definition of entertainment is you do what you do and you take the moment to enjoy the moment. You know what I'm saying? To enjoy what's going on. Like, they use entertainment as a distraction, I feel like is unfair to the actual definition of entertainment. Like, I feel like entertainment will just be entertainment. And I feel like it's up to the individual to take entertainment, understand what it is, and know that that's not everything. And to know that there's more than just entertainment, and that's up to the individual. Now, I think that piggybacks again what you're saying, that they try to get you to see entertainment as that's all there is. That's what's important right now. That's what's going on right now, but that's not the case. Entertainment can be hot. The reason entertainment, it's a break from the stresses of your life. It's a break from whatever is going on that you're going through. You know what I'm saying? But
it's a drug.
It's a drug. You know what I mean? Like, and yeah, so I don't know how I finished, but I'm gonna just drink this.
Music is so interesting because
energy.
It's literally just energy, but I always find it crazy that, like, I always find myself like, yo, rappers, you know the thing that rappers have 3 topics: bitches, money, clothes. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's pretty much
rappers.
That's true.
Hey.
That's true. But if we talking about the mainstream, if we talking about the ones that get
that was built by the industry.
Push,
that was the industry.
But that's the focus. So my question is, if that's the focus, is that the secret groups? Is that the Illuminati? What is that? Because why are everyone's focused on? Or is that just because what we like to do as black people?
I think that's the stage performance. I think those are the performers. Those aren't the people who put the performance together. There's a difference between, it's like having a show and you hiring the acts, but you put the whole thing together. You know what I'm saying? The white people are the one who put the whole thing together. We're just the acts. We have nothing to do about what's going on, who's
the
invited,
labels, that's everything.
Who's buying tickets, who's doing that. No, we're the performers. We've always been the performers. It's been like
puppets.
that.
They're literally
slavery.
Puppets.
We've always been the entertainment. We've always been that. And that's what they're pushing. That's the narrative we're pushing. Is we've always been the entertainment.
All right, well, Illuminati could be real, could not be real.
I don't necessarily think that we equate. Well, I don't equate a black artist, entertainer's success to being in the Illuminati. But I do feel like if you get to a certain, you're so African. When you get to a certain level in your entertainment,
this nigga be in his crib just like.
That wasn't funny.
That was mad racist. And let me tell you the problem. Let me tell you the problem with America. Let me tell you the problem with America. Let me tell you the problem with America. We're all African, and it's black, and it's black, and it's black people like him, and it's black people like him who talk about Africa like it's not part of who they are as well. You trace back your roots. Your great grandfather was.
That's crazy.
But you.
Brady has Bro, Brady is not even doing. He's doing the throat shit. Like,
it's so crazy. The big bag Brady got sensitive skin. Oh my gosh, he got sensitive skin.
I'm just talking facts.
Shit.
I'm not sensitive. I'm talking facts.
There were some facts in there.
It's a fact.
It's called a joke, nigga.
Nah, I'm just showing you. I'm showing who you are to the people.
Yo,
That's all I'm doing.
Pass
showing who you are to the people.
Before we wrap up the show, I really do want to talk about this topic that Lucid brought up because I thought it was a really dope.
Bitches.
Why?
This nigga's crazy.
Why?
You're not talking about bitches? I came in at the wrong time. Should I leave and come back?
Anyway, so you were basically talking about like explaining your dreams to your parents, and
your dreams on how to get bitches. Tell us.
This is a great way to end it. I like this topic. Go.
Your dreams and parents.
Okay.
Dreams to your parents. Go ahead.
Now, the thing is, a lot of us have parents who are
Caribbean,
first generation Americans, or we are that first generation, and they came from somewhere else. So their idea of success for us is an education, a good job, getting the fuck out the house, and supporting your own family. You know what I mean? But when, as an artist, as we all are in here, it's a lot more complicated than just going to school, getting a piece of paper, and getting a job. You know what I mean? It's a real daily grind.
It's a different time too.
It's a different time for all that. So I feel like sometimes that gets lost in communication, and you may have the outward support of your parents or that older generation without the full understanding of what you're really doing.
They're not supposed to understand. They're not supposed to understand what you're going
I was about to say that too.
Yeah.
They're not supposed to understand.
The thing is, what you're chasing, no one else can see. Not even your friends, not your family, especially not your family, especially not your Caribbean mom. My Jamaican mom doesn't understand anything of what I'm trying to do. She can't fathom the least bit of what I'm trying to do. And I think as an artist, as a creator, as someone who's just doing something that is considered
unconventional,
considered unconventional, you have to understand that when you start that path, that's one of the first roadblocks. They're not going to understand. So when it comes to that, I quote J. Cole, they don't know your dreams and they can't shoot them down.
Honestly, but to the view, because I don't like that. I don't like when we say things like that, because there are kids, like, we all have different upbringings and we're all, like, we have different relationships with our parents. But there are Caribbean kids that are going through these same things that actually have really good relationships with their parents. Not even good support, have a relationship with their parents. So that you saying like, oh yeah, they don't need to know. Some people want to share those things with their family. Some people want to have that support, and they struggle with the pain of feeling like they can't tell their parents their, or even if they do tell their parents their dream.
You're saying the same thing I'm saying. I understand. Everyone wants to. I never said that I never wanted to express my dreams to my mom. The thing is, that's the first roadblock. It doesn't matter. You're gonna want to.
Okay,
if you don't want to, that's the first roadblock.
But what is a way to overcome that roadblock without just saying, "Yeah, fuck it, I'm not."
The only way to overcome that roadblock is to do it. And that's the only thing. Is that they will always question what you're doing until checks come.
And
then it don't matter what you're doing. I don't give a fuck what you're doing. And that's the thing. It's like, also,
what episode number is this?
16.
That's consistency. That's all I see. Me personally. That's consistency.
Much love.
Word.
Much love.
Like it goes over what you just said. Niggas ain't gonna see your vision until the world sees it, and it's like, yo, bro, like
this. And people like to project their own fears. Bro. My parents like to project their own fears that they have onto me. Like, I should be afraid of what you're afraid about. We're two different people. But wait, real quick, to just finish my point real quick, is that, like, as when it comes to projecting their fears, is that even Jay-Z said it. Like, his uncle used to tell him, "You'll never sell 1 million records." He was like, "You mean you can't sell 1 million records?" And it's funny, he's like, he told me that, and I sold 1 million records 1 million times. Like, you know what I mean? People project their own fears, their own things, because they've tried it, because they've gone through certain things, and they feel like that's a lesson when it's just an experience. And people need to understand the difference between an experience and a lesson. And that's a fact.
Honestly, but even when we go into like the topic of like ending generational curses, like as I'm getting older, I'm starting to understand, especially with just like my own parents, like my mother, like coming into this country from Haiti, like, it's literally like it should have been the American dream, reader's discretion advised. Like, literally, reader's discretion advised. Like, because, like, yo, our parents, like, I do see what you're saying, and everything you're saying is valid, but, like, my mom came to this country with a dream. She came here with aspirations. She came here with a plan. She came here with goals. And then she got here and she was slapped in the face by Uncle Tom, who was like, no.
You mean circumstances?
Exactly. She was slapped in the face by circumstances that this country does put you in when you come from a certain place and you are 10 steps behind. Because when you do come from a different country, you are 10 steps behind no matter what.
And
I'm not using that as an excuse. I'm using that as that understanding, the way our parents are conditioned now, it's just from their experience. And I get that that's not a lesson, but as for us, I think a great way for us to end these generational curses is not to just shun them out and just do it.
No one's saying that.
No, I'm not saying you guys are saying that. This is just what I'm saying. Like, I'm not refuting anything. All I'm saying is just like, I feel like there is a huge gap between us and our parents, not only because we were born in America, we are Americans, you know what I mean? We have different upbringings, we have different problems that we go through. Like, some of the things we talk about with our parents are like, depression, what did you go through? When they think of their trauma and their problems, they're like, you couldn't have went through.
But also,
let me finish. They're just like, there's nothing, and I just feel like what we need to be preaching, or we need to be like talking about, is planting those seeds. Like, at the end of the day, like, I heard this from shout out to Tiffany, because she said this to me and we had a great conversation a couple days ago, and she was just like, Alex, when you plant a tree, you plant it, you don't expect it to be a full-blown tree tomorrow. You wait for it to grow. And it's like, that's how it should be with our Caribbean parents who don't get it. We still have to plant those seeds.
But on top of what you're saying, like, I agree with what you're saying 100%. My thing is, do you feel like that I don't know how to word this, like, they don't understand because they can't understand? Like, do you think there's certain things they're just, when he says they're not meant to understand, he's not saying he's not trying to make them understand it, but they're just in a circumstance, what they've had to go through, and them even coming to America and building the roots to be in a nice neighborhood, to put your kids in a nice school, to have a nice job. If you go back to Haiti and you ask them, they probably thought they were crazy. There were probably some people who convinced your mom not to go. There were probably some people who thought what she was searching for was crazy. Of course. Was far-fetched. And she did it. And now we're doing the same thing. Her parents probably told her not to go, and she did it anyways. Like, my dad, when he came to this country, he didn't tell a soul because he didn't want to be convinced not to. He didn't tell his mom. He didn't tell anybody. He just came. So, like, do you think that it's just that's the difference? Like, where they had the difference, that's the difference in us from our parents.
For me personally, I just know what doesn't work. For me personally, and this comes for, like, Alex wanting to end general curses. What I find for me is that the more my mom doesn't understand, the more disconnect lies between the two of us, because I don't want to explain things to her. I don't want to let her know what's going on. And that disconnect, as you get older, that disconnect just becomes farther and farther apart because you get deeper and deeper into your purpose.
So my
you
thing
get
is
wait,
what?
let me just finish, because again, I'm not battling you guys.
I'm saying, so what do we do about that?
And that's what I'm saying.
Okay.
Like, that disconnect becomes even deeper and further apart because we're getting deeper into our purpose and our mission. And I just don't want to be the person who gets so deep into her purpose that I look back and yes, the checks are here. Yes, she automatically gets it now. But I still don't fuck with my mom. Or not listen. And not even about
what you're saying.
Not even about the, like, I don't fuck with my mom, but I'm
you don't have the relationship
this. But she wasn't shooting in the gym with me. She don't know nothing about this pain. You know what I mean? And I just feel like the message we should be really putting out to the youth, especially people that are struggling with this, because I know so many people that are. It's not about doing what you're doing and just saying fuck them, like, it's like, when I get the money it's good. It's about balance. It's about focusing on what you have to do, but also focusing on planting those seeds so that when you do become successful, there's not that animosity, that hate, that resentment. You know what I mean? It just comes counterpart. I feel like we should still be planting those seeds, still trying to make them understand, even though if it leads to an argument, you gotta protect your mental health, walk away. But I'm just saying, if you keep saying something, like with my mom, I stopped eating the meat. At first she thought I was crazy, but guess what my mom stopped doing? eating meat. Like they get influenced by us, and as young adults, we can 100%. Change generational persons
I agree.
just by standing for what we believe in.
Yo, soon. One time, I want to hear your perspective on this because I know you got some.
I feel you because I've had the same thing happen in my family as well, where it wasn't instant, but I was able to get them to listen to me on a real level, and then actually get to like see that for themselves, you know. And now it's like they come and ask me, you know what I mean? So yeah, I definitely feel that.
It's planting those seeds because even if they don't get it, even if they think it's weird, they still get influenced in a little way.
I feel like there's something missing here. It's not that there isn't that support. There just isn't an understanding of what's going on.
That's literally what I'm saying.
So different.
It's different from what they're expected or what they know, and no one's saying that makes a bad relate. No one's saying, "Yo, fuck my mom, she don't understand." Then I'm not even doing it.
I mean, I understand. It's just, I understand.
Well,
your
I'm talking
point.
Personally for me.
I understand your point where you say we got to plant the seeds because I 100% agree on that. But don't plant the seeds and watch it grow. Like plant the seeds, come back, water it. Come back, water it.
That's what you got to do, Trey, or it dies.
That's what.
No, I get what you're saying.
Thank you.
That's what you got to do.
They said Trey don't drink water. That's why, bro.
That's what you got to do.
He's talking about telling them the general idea, and if they don't agree with it, then like coming back every once in a while, like, hey, this is an update on.
But at the end of the day, look, they
Yeah.
never have to be on board with what you're doing.
Yeah.
You're an adult. They don't have to be on board with
what about kids who are chasing something?
Kids who are chasing something, chase it. Because at the end of the day, there are people who are famous for things I would not have even guessed was possible.
Yeah.
There are people who are known for things, who get money off of things that I didn't even think was a thing. So I just know how I'm going to treat my kids when that time comes is, bro, you do what you feel. If you feel like you have potential in something could be something, do it. And I have support, like, from my, like, speaking of my own parents personally, like, I have support from my dad, like, and my mom. Like, my dad especially, like, my dad has expectations from it, but, like, he supports in the fact that I'm doing something unconventional because you don't make $1 million working for somebody else.
Facts.
You don't make $1 million being in a job. I mean, you do, but that's your cap. You don't get wealthy off of working for somebody else.
You have to own something in the U.S. to be wealthy.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. You said, Trey, like, if you're watering those seeds, don't forget that while that's happening, your parents have been watering you for this whole time.
Yes.
For this whole time.
Like,
Facts.
Most people. So
Facts.
it's like we gotta also like give back to them even when we can't because they're not always looking for money. You know, like sometimes it really is just love. Like that's
for real.
And, you know,
they raised us for 18 years.
You know, it's like go if they support you and you're gonna follow your dreams, follow it, but you know, check up on Mama Dukes.
Yes, sir. Yeah. Come back, water the plants a little
Still
bit.
water the plants. And that's why I just wanted us to have the discussion of just more so, what do you do? Because there's kids that, I love my mom, I love my dad. What do you mean, fuck them? Like, what do you, that's why I just want to make sure that we're using the right words.
Yeah, we're using the
right words.
My perspective is very harsh because that's how I am and that's how I was kind of raised.
That's your experience.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, my shit is just, because I went through that whole, like, yo, mom, this is what I'm trying, like, bro, I'm an extremist. I go super hard with shit. So when I'm not getting that reciprocated, alright, fuck it. I'm doing it myself now.
Yeah.
Because I'm not getting it from that area. So I understand. I like that you're broadening the perspective. Baby. Yeah, you do got to water the plants, you do. But if you feel like there's no energy in there, there's no problem with growing and then coming back and delivering it.
I feel like
I just know how much
I gotta speak on that, my nigga.
What's up?
Really, like, you really a rebel. You feel me? Like, to me, I feel like you Tupac, bro. I've said that to you from the
chill.
first time
He not no Tupac, bro. He trash.
Nah, nigga, yeah,
he's trash, bro. He not no Tupac.
And I'm the
we can fight about it after. He's not Tupac. I'll fight him.
What's up,
Tupac? He trash. He trash, bro. He trash, bro.
Nah, she's not trash.
He ugly too.
Brady just mad because he gets compared to OT Genesis.
I met you before I met Brady, my nigga. Real shit. I know the energy you come with. Feel me? Like, you a pit bull, you get
a lion, a Leo.
Crazy.
How you pit bull with no bite, bro? Pit bull with no bark, bro.
Shit, bro. He talking shit.
Pit bull with no bark, bro.
I see Shay turn up. I see my nigga turn up.
Much love,
but
bro.
I'm saying all of that to say this, my nigga. I understand where you're coming from, where you're like, yo, my parents need to understand my vision.
Yeah.
But at the same time, nah, bro, they don't. Because they know you came from them. So they know a part of them. They know a part of them lives in you, my nigga. That's why they love you and appreciate you. When them checks come in, they gonna be like, that's my son.
Yeah.
They get to boast like, yeah, that's my son.
And that's
he
what
came from me.
And
type shit. Feel
that's
me? Like,
that's what
no
this.
way about it.
And just to like, we're about to wrap up, but just to like give the audience just a little view of what we saw. This is where this comes from. Whether it be Pass The Aux, whether you see the music coming, whatever other endeavors that we taking on. This is where this comes from. This is where this hunger and this passion comes from. Because we all feel a disconnect. Whether you Caribbean parents, whether you got just straight up American parents, whether you got parents that support you in some way and they really kind of don't understand, whatever it may be, whatever circumstance you got a vision, you got something that you chasing, you got something that you after, you got something that you hungry for, you got one motherfucking life. You got one life. Don't let no nigga tell you that your worker, co-worker, your grandpa, don't let no nigga tell you can't do that shit. That's bullshit. Straight up, and that's just
so like. But what if they trash like you? So then what do they do? So then what do they do if they trash like?
And before we wrap this up, just because I'm feeling the energy, and I gotta say this, and honestly, the number one thing I've learned in my young adulthood is that the light in you was seen a long time ago, bro. People that like literally that light that you're shining. Yo, can you guys shut the fuck up? Every time I talk, you show me no respect.
No.
Talk to him, nigga.
Why are you saying?
Everybody's
you're
like
right.
this.
You're right.
Trace,
you're right. Wait, what you two did it? What did I say to him? What did I say to him?
Trey, why don't you respect me?
Okay, Trey, don't say you guys, because I done said they. Alex, damn me up. Alex, who's they? What did I say?
Trey, yo,
what did I say? Damn me up. What did I say?
You're not respecting me when I'm speaking.
Damn me up. What did I say? I didn't say a thing.
Oh,
Damn me up, because I didn't say a word.
He's talking everybody.
I didn't say a word.
I'm talking. Yo, Brady, so. But yo, the light in you, your parents see it. Like I'm telling you, they see it. They just want the money.
My parents don't love me.
You gotta understand, your parents don't want you to suffer and struggle the way they did. That's all that it is. It comes down to love. It's just strictly love. Your parents just love you and they want to see the best. They want to know when they leave this earth that you are not struggling the way they struggled. And at the end of the day, the light in you, the talent you have, whatever it is, just keep going. Because I'm telling you, you're touching so many people without even knowing it. There's so many people who see that light and they're rooting for you, even when they're not speaking about it, even when they're not speaking on it. Because it's hard for people to see the light in you if they don't see the light in themselves. So that's all I would do.
Or you could be trash.
Exactly.
Or you could be trash, and then if
oh my God!
What?
And Todd, of course. Todd, please cut that out.
All right, what's song we're going out to?
Yo,
that's episode 16. Shout out to all our viewers. No comments of the week this week.
I don't.
No comments of the week. So what we going out to?
Be sure to like, comment, subscribe.
Now hold on.
Yo, I got a real sincere, authentic question though. When y'all next bashment party though?
Pass the aux event. When's the next Pass the aux event? Yo, Brady just got mad salty.
Y'all low key, not even low key. Y'all high key be turning up, my nigga. I went to the first one.
Yeah.
Y'all lit.
Hold on,
like,
we got one topic right now.
Next one's coming very soon, guys.
One comment. My fault.
I don't know English.
It's Natalie Cruz. She was basically showing mad love. We appreciate that.
Like
She was
always.
like, Nappy showing mad love. She was like, excuse me. All around great topics. They flow right into each other, smooth as hell. Alex always with that knowledge. I could see this talk leading to a talk about what if your partner votes differently than you when we're talking about the voting thing. Is that grounds for separation? What are some deal breakers or what you all consider relationship boundaries? On cheating, what about open relationships? This is a great talk. So it's definitely some shit that we might go
open
dive
relationships
into.
is
Yeah,
fire.
right. So thank you, Nat, for the opinion. This nigga's crazy.
Whoever.
Yeah.
Will Smith, Jada.
What we going out
Yo, and for the viewers,
Jada.
yeah, right.
Jada
And for the
and Will
viewers,
Smith,
if you
man,
guys
fuck
ever
that.
have any topics or anything that you do want us to talk about, can you cut it out? Any topics or anything that you guys would like us to talk about, be sure to DM us or leave it under a comment, whatever. Let us know what you guys want to listen to, what you guys want us to play, what you guys want us to talk about. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, turn on your notifications so you know when we're tuning in. And yes, Brady, you could have the song for us to close out to because you're annoying the shit out of me.
All right, yo. So the song we going out to, Mood Swings by A Boogie. It was a great episode, y'all. Appreciate y'all. Appreciate the love. Let's go out to some good shit.
We love y'all. We need y'all. Let's get it.